Okay, I did the build on this project, so I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what went into that. The first thing that you'll notice is that the box is built out of 3/4 inch melamine material from Home Depot. This is actually just shelving material. It comes with the edge tape on it, and it's built like a cabinet with a 1/4 inch melamine back mitered in there. And you can get from Home Depot these little stickers that cover up the screws. I used a lot of stuff that I had laying around the garage. These L brackets I had just laying around, so I used those to hold the motor in place. And you'll notice down here that the linear actuator was built out of a deep well socket that I got from Home Depot. What I did is I just JB welded a nut into the end of that socket and ran the threaded rod, which I also bought from Home Depot, down into the center. And that threaded rod is coupled to the motor using this 1/4 inch hose. And the idea behind that was that if these proximity sensors don't do their job and they don't stop the motor, there'll be some slip in there and it won't cause any damage. Another thing that you'll see is I did not glue the magnet directly to the charging base. What I did is I cut off a nail and I glued that to the charging base, and then I just stuck the magnet to it. And what that does is it allows for really fine adjustments of the position of that magnet. Also, I decided to go ahead and use a mini breadboard for the side here to mount my LEDs and my Hall effect sensors, and that allowed me to kind of move the Hall effect sensors up and down as well. Another thing you'll notice, this solenoid, it's only got 1/8 of an inch of travel there, so I had to chisel up into the lid a little bit so that you'd be able to see it. These brass rails I got from the hobby store. These spacers I got from Home Depot as well. You'll notice these mounts. These were 3D printed by our group member Chad, and he mailed them to me. So those worked out really good for holding the brush in place. This is just an eye bolt off the shelf from Home Depot. And this is a computer fan that I got from Fry's, and so you'll notice that I decided to use the 4 holes that would normally be used to mount that fan to put the LEDs. So that's how I wired the LEDs through to the back. This is a mason jar lid, using that as a drip pan for now. And this is our push button door interlock. And the door here, so you'll notice it's this really thin acrylic, and that was really flimsy and it had some bend to it when I first built this. So I went ahead and I installed these aluminum strips to give it a little bit more structure, and that really helped out with, you know, allowing it to push the button and not get into trouble. This is our control module. So we've got our Arduino here, we've got the relay board here, and then this is our power supply. And the power supply is actually just 2 repurposed cell phone chargers. These put out 5 volts and 2 amps each, so they worked out really good. All right, that's it for the build. Thanks.